Rocco, a sweep of the Indians, a really good team chasing you guys in the standings. What did you like most about how your team was able to get it done?
I liked everything that I saw over the series. I mean, the Indians are they're a really good Major League Baseball team. They threw some tremendous pitching at us. We were able to, go out there and do our thing. We played our game. We pitched well. We had good at bats against the said arms that they throw out there. It's hard to miss those arms. And we went out there and were able to perform against them. Honestly, it was a very, very good series all the way around. You could point to almost every guy on our roster at some point doing something huge to get us where we are. But you win a series by winning individual games, and we continued to lock in and get it done when we needed to.
Speaking of getting contributions from just about everybody, you had some big contributions from your bottom third of the lineup. How much pressure does that take off your guys up top? And for you to be able to rely on those guys to have such a big game like this, how important is that going to be going down the stretch here and closing in on the postseason?
Yeah, I think that's certainly a huge part of the formula of winning baseball. You can't rely on a select group to get it done for you. Over the course of a Major League Baseball season, you need to rely on your team. You need to rely on everyone. And the bottom third of our order, took over the game at different points in this series and were able to propel us. And it's a huge pick-me-up for everyone. When you look around and everyone is contributing, it's all the more positive for us, but it's also all the tougher when you're on the other side and you look around and everyone's doing positive things across the field. So again, it was great to watch.
A win that may have come at a little bit of a cost. I know Trevor May was just some cramping and that was precautionary, but looked like a scary injury there potentially for Eddie Rosario. How is he feeling right now?
It seems like he's doing all right. I think everything that played out on the field today. Obviously, you never want to see anyone coming out of games or anything like that, but everything does seem relatively mild, whether we're talking about Trevor with some very mild spasming in his upper back. He said it was relieved and gone by the time we got out to the mound to talk to him. He said he felt fine and natural. But if a guy's dealing with that on the mound, last thing we're going to do is leave him out there to deal with it and get major league hitters out at the same time. So that made sense. And I think Rosie was scared and probably felt the jolt. It looks like he's going to be okay too. Rosie should be okay. I would call it relatively mild. He got whacked. So I don't know what you want to call it. Mild contusion, something like that. I think that makes sense. We'll continue to monitor him. And Sano's neck was something that was bothering him most of the day. He was having trouble even, I think, turning his head and doing some pretty simple things. And those are a little frustrating just because, there's nothing wrong with him. It probably takes a day or two for this to relieve itself and go away. But I think he's going to be fine in time. We'll keep these guys hydrated, get them on a plane, and continue to check on them tonight and tomorrow.
Rocco, what did you see in Big Mike's ability to deal with all the base runners that he had out there, but get out of the jams and limit the damage?
Yeah, Mike had to work really hard today. He, from the very beginning of the game, nothing came quickly, nothing came easily. But one thing that Big Mike does is he's kind of a machine in his own way. He doesn't really allow what's going on in the game, the difficulties, the challenging circumstances, who he's facing, how many guys are on base, umpires call. None of that really seems to bother him. He just goes out and worries about the things that he can control, like making good pitches and staying focused. He stays focused very, very well on the task at hand. And he did. He pitched. He continued to pitch on, even though it wasn't the easiest of starts, and allowed us to get where we needed to be to win the game. And it seems like he finds ways to get through innings, as well as anyone. It's not a trait that every pitcher has. Finding ways to just get outs in different ways when you need them, and he finds the ways.
Dan?
Hey, Rocco, what was it like to see 11 home runs from the team against that pitching staff?
It was impressive. I mean, honestly, that's an impressive series offensively that we had against as good of a pitching staff as I've seen in baseball. There's not very many pitching staffs that I've seen in all my time in baseball that you would clearly take over the Indians right now. They have dominant starting pitching. They have an excellent bullpen. They have guys that do many different things and can match up at a very high level in many different ways. And we went out there for 3 straight games and put good swings on them. And nothing more that we could ask for from our guys. In addition to the good swings, I think we had some really good at-bats and forced those really good pitchers to work exceptionally hard. So we'll take that effort from our guys every time. It was impressive.